survivors of the Holocaust and descendants of survivors, distinguished leaders, ambassadors, officials, and scholars. I'm honored to address this year's Terezín Declaration Conference, convened by our close ally and friend, the Czech Republic, together with the European Union, the United States of America, and all participating countries and organizations. This conference is not about justice. Every individual in this room is familiar with the following historical truth, and I quote, "The Holocaust was not only the greatest murder in history, it was also the greatest theft." When genocide, which wipes out generations, is accompanied by looting by the billions of the victims' belongings and assets, justice is not an option. Nothing can ever remotely compare to compensation, to balancing the scales, to even a vague pretense of justice. We do not expect justice. What we are here for is duty. The Nazis sought to erase the Jewish people from the face of the earth, to destroy their culture and heritage, to steal their possessions and property. No words of our actions can bring solace to a nation still grieving the 6 million it lost. No government or organization can provide comfort for the surviving heroes who somehow reclaimed their lives, only to discover that all else was destroyed or robbed from them. So our duty is to sound the voice of those who cannot, and to do everything in our power to ward off indifference and forgetfulness of what happened 80 years ago. Restitution of assets will bring no relief. However, it can provide recognition, which in an era of doubt and fabrication is valuable in its own right. Every day in which the Nazis' material crimes remained uncorrected must be seen as a deep insult to our most basic commitment and fundamental sense of duty. This is the importance of the Terezín Declaration. The urgency lies also in the day-to-day challenges facing all Holocaust survivors. Individuals who underwent unthinkable physical and mental anguish in their youth must now be afforded the greatest dignity and comfort possible. It is our duty to realize this most basic human right, and time is of the essence. And just as Holocaust restitution is necessary for fulfilling our obligations to survivors in the present, it is a critical moral imperative for future generations. We must ensure that Jewish communities across Europe, ravaged through the Holocaust, can rebuild a secure Jewish future, free from fear and anti-Semitism. And finally, we must take every possible step to develop the strategies, tools, and infrastructure that are necessary for providing future generations with meaningful and compelling Holocaust education. This is our duty. Ladies and gentlemen, 12 years after the Terezín Declaration, we've seen several important steps taken by numerous countries. We've also seen looted art of sorts come back home or restituted. We've seen legislation in certain countries, but as the 2020 United States State Department's report made clear following the pivotal JUST Act, far more steps must be taken to implement the Terezín Declaration principles into effective, transparent, and accessible policies and legislation. I therefore urge all countries to act without delay to provide Holocaust survivors their physical and emotional needs, to enable European Jewish communities to rebuild and restore, and to ensure that the everlasting lesson of the Holocaust is never again. As President of the State of Israel, the nation-state of the Jewish people, I am committed to working with all of you to fulfill these duties. I want to personally thank Czech Foreign Minister Lipavsky, EU Vice President Jourova, my good friend United States Secretary of State Blinken, Israeli Social Equality Minister Cohen, Slovak Ambassador Rihak, United States Ambassador and Special Negotiator Eisenstadt, Israeli Ambassador Aizrahi, all of the Holocaust restitution organizations, and all involved in this important event, and their leaders, including my good friend Coletta Vital and the entire team of Ilau. I wish you all a productive and successful conference. Thank you all, dear friends, and may we try to make change in the foreseeable future.